DuckDuckGo has a new service, Duck.ai, and they added support for it to talk to their agent using WebRTC. So we took it for a round and tried to talk to it and recorded that as a WebRTC internals dump file.
Yes, and what we saw was that DuckDuckGo is using a turn server, which makes sense from a privacy point of view, because turn servers can be used to hide IP addresses from the participants. So in that case, the voice AI service in the backend wouldn't know the user's IP address, which is a good privacy-focused design.
Now, to begin with, we've got incoming audio and outgoing audio. The outgoing, it's lower bitrate than the incoming, which is almost standard practice with these AI bots.
Yes. Also, the round trip time is relatively high. I think we'll see that in a bit. 186 milliseconds is not great.
Yep. Okay. Let's look at the connection that we have.
Yes. As we said, turn server is preferred and forced, which forces all the traffic to go to the turn server. We see that the checking time is 188 milliseconds, so the round trip time between the client and the ICE server. And we see DTLS with 380 milliseconds, which is relatively high. It is using turn UDP and turn TLS, no turn TCP for some reason.
Yep.
And it is, yes, and if you look at the IP address, it's an internal IP address, which is a, let's say, known issue for the service we're looking at.
Okay. Let's go to look at the streams.
Yes, outgoing and incoming audio, Opus, fairly standard. If you look at the bytes, it gets a bit interesting because we see the standard browser behavior encoding at roughly 20 kilobits per second when there's silence, and then going up to 32 kilobits per second when there's voice. You see these little bumps.
Yep. And what we saw on the incoming, I think, was more interesting or more surprising. It is one of the only services, voice AI services, that we've seen that generates the audio and also do these bumps when it's speaking and when it's waiting.
Yes, I mean, that's good design, I would say, instead of just encoding irrelevant of whether there's speech or not, just fixed bitrate, what we see with some other services.
Yes. Going to the devices, that would be my microphone. I was the one that recorded it.
Here.
Nope.
For this one, we can look at the create call at the top. And we see the ICE servers in there and the ICE transport policy. Very easy to look at. And I also want to look at the set remote description call. And the audio. So we see Opus with forward error correction. And what we see here is the CNAME real-time API. And this is something we've seen before. This is from the OpenAI real-time API that is apparently used by DuckDuckGo. And if you look to the left, say we're connected to OpenAI. So we figured that out. When I first saw it, I was like, wait, this is DuckDuckGo. Why does it say OpenAI? Oh, because this is in the SDP. Good service.
Okay. So if you want to check out your own service or understand more about how voice bots use WebRTC, come check us out at rtcStats.com.